Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today's topic is a teachable lesson. I'm Tad, let's talk about it. I don't know how many of you are following the state of emergency in New Orleans, Louisiana. They have a state of emergency declared because salt water is being infiltrated into the Mississippi River, contaminating city water supplies. And I imagine if that's happening, it's also going to contaminate some wells in the area. The governor made a press conference on Friday. Today is Monday. The press conference was, we are closely managing the situation. I'm just paraphrasing, and that no one should run out and worry about buying water, bottled water, etc. Panic buying was one of his words he used. He said they would monitor the situation and let the public know what was going on. Now they're bringing in 15 million gallons of fresh drinking water. You have 370,000 people affected right now. They're thinking it could go as high as 1 million, depending on how long this lasts. Being a prepper, you probably already had tons of water on hand. Observe, if you were watching, go back and pull up that the crisis in Louisiana with the water situation. You're going to see that not a whole lot of people listened to the governor. They rushed right out. The first thing they did is start stripping stores of all the bottled water they could find. One store said they had pallets that normally would last them a week, last them approximately 4 hours. Now people are going to be relying on the government to bring in fresh water for them. As preppers, we do not want to be in that situation, guys. We do not want to be standing in that line at the water trucks. We don't want to be at Costco, Walmart, etc., waiting on a shipment of water along with another 1,000 people. It's not a good position to be in. My heart goes out to the people in Louisiana that are in this position. They've got to think about their pets, their water needs. I'm hoping that the community down there is reaching out to the elderly and disabled that are not able to get out, and I hope they're taking care of them. I hope that's what's happening. The whole point of this video is, guys, it's better to be proactive than reactive. A lot of people say, well, I don't have the money to stock water. Okay, but now when there's a crisis, everybody's got money. They find it somewhere to go buy up 15 cases of water. They could have been buying a gallon a week and putting back. For the last year, look how much they have. Guys, I don't preach fear. I preach prepping so we do not fear tomorrow. This is something that we can all learn from. Nobody's lives were lost over it. There was no property damage. This had not been in the news for 2 weeks' time. They didn't have any advance warning this was happening. If the government did, the government didn't tell them. And then even Friday, when they knew they were getting ready to declare an emergency, nothing to see here. We'll let you know. We're closely monitoring the situation. Guys, you have got to be your own emergency management system. You have to look after yourself. That way you're going to be able to help and look after others that are in a bad way. I think we can take a lot away from this because it's totally unexpected. Who would have thought that the water systems would be contaminated by the ocean seeping up into the Mississippi River? I don't think that happens a lot of the time. If it does, I'm sure I'll hear about it, and that's okay, because I just want to research everything, so when I came to you guys and gave you this video, I had kind of a better understanding. I didn't want to jump on the bandwagon. I know I've already seen so many videos about it, but they're just discussing the turmoil and everything. Guys, it don't matter how it happened. It happened. It did. It happened. It doesn't matter how. People are still out of water. The basic concept is that if you break it all down, There's nothing anybody could have done about it, per se. The Army Corps of Engineers has been working on it, but it's failed. I guess in this video, it just proves the point to be, be proactive, not reactive. If you can't store water today, then how come when it hits the fan, you see everybody out there storing water, buying water like crazy? They could have been buying and putting back, right? They could have had enough. Maybe you're stockpiling water for a different reason. Maybe you're stockpiling in case there was another hurricane. Maybe you were stockpiling for an event that the water treatment centers were hit by a hack. Water's versatile, guys. We need it for a lot of things. It sustains life. Something to think about. I like to take these moments and learn from them, and I'm trying to help my viewers look at things objectively and say, okay, this has happened. What would I do in this situation? How could I prevent myself from being in a bad way if this happens? That's what you need to be doing. Every one of these events, we need to look and see how we are prepared for that, how we can stay prepared and stay ahead of the game. Because once they come out and say, guys, no need to panic, everything's good, we're monitoring it, red flags go up in my head. And I'm like, okay, we got plenty of this, I'm not worried about it. But I know then, once they say that, oh, it's all over. Didn't take long. Stores are selling out of water, they're having to truck water into these people. The warning, they didn't have none. I don't think nobody really had any. I think they had a suspicion. But anyway, there's your state of emergency going on in New Orleans. It's probably going to affect a lot more than 370 people. I hope not. Or 370,000 people. I hope it doesn't, but they say it could get as high as 1 million. Last thing, I'm going to close with this. The salinity that's in the water system now, once that gets brought back down, if they get enough rain and it pushes the salt water back out into the ocean, the salt water has still gotten into the lines, the water tanks. Are they going to flush those systems continuously until there's no more salinity in the water? Because if they don't and it sets, we're going to have rust. You're going to have hard metals contamination. So it's not just the one event, it's events that it triggers down the line. I would say have a water filter on hand for after this event, because filtering salt water is really I don't know, I don't trust it. The only way I would try to handle that situation is with a home distillery that you can buy that distills, salt water and gets all the contaminants out of it. Boiling, do not do that, guys. It's not going to help you. I hate to say that. You're just evaporating off water, and you're just making the water left in the pot a whole lot saltier. Don't do that, guys. So, Louisiana, we're thinking about you. We're hoping you're doing okay down there with water. We're hoping they're getting it to you, and that the government is going to come in and help you guys out. But that's why I stay proactive, not reactive. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching, and I hope this information was useful to you. I hope you can take a little something away from it. And the only thing I've got left to say, have you got water?